So now we're going to take a look at the Aintree Grand National. This is one of the biggest races of the whole season in the United Kingdom and around the world, and certainly one of the biggest betting heats. I've put together 5 memorable Grand Nationals for me, not necessarily because they were the best or the most impressive winner or the fastest time, but just sort of memories from either punting or childhood or recollections of the races, how they stand out. So starting off with number 5, and this is Red Marauder in 2001. Now this one was sent off a huge price, 33 to 1, a real result for the bookmakers on the day, completely unconsidered outsider. And if we watch this back, the weather was diabolical, the ground was heavy, they nearly didn't race, only 4 horses finishes in the end, and it was a slow motion slugfest all the way up the running. Now we're going to look at number 4, which is Neptune Collonges in 2012. Now, this was memorable for 2 reasons. First of all, Paul Nicholls trained the winner, a grey who is extremely popular, a top-class handicapper really, and in graded company, but he's really got his act together in the Grand National. And this one won on the nod in a thrilling finish up the straight with the prize in doubt right up until the final strides. And number 3 is a horse who actually didn't win the Grand National, Durham Edition, but he finished second in 1988 and in 1990. And he was one of the most frustrating horses. I remember backing him probably on both occasions. He was ridden by Chris Grant, who's a trainer now, a northern jockey, a real powerful, strong rider. But Durham Edition needed finessing. He used to cruise round in his races, and he was the ultimate bridesmaid in the Grand National, finishing second twice, promising more than he eventually delivered. At number 2 is Mr. Frisk in 1990. Now this, in contrast to Red Marauder earlier, this was a Grand National run on a cricket pitch. It was brown grass, firm ground. You'd probably call it hard now. In fact, they wouldn't race on ground that quick. And Mr. Frisk was an amazing horse, ridden by the amateur Marcus Armitage, who subsequently became a journalist for the Telegraph. And he was an enthusiastic Corinthian-style jockey. And Mr. Frisk went off at 5 furlong pace on this parched brown soil turf. And he somehow sustained that incredible momentum all through the race and made all the running. I think it was one of the fastest times ever, and it will certainly never be better. And number 1 in the list, the best Grand National for me, was Don't Push It in 2010, where Tony McCoy, who'd had so many attempts, I think this was his 15th attempt at winning the Grand National, finally delivered and got his reward for his fantastic career with an impressive winner who was extremely well backed on the day, landing a wholesale gamble. And personally, I remember working in a trading room at the time. We did one of our worst ever results, so it's mixed feelings when everyone was cheering home McCoy.